Let's start with the biggest name traded today, and that was Grizzlies big man, Marc Gasol. Heading north of the border, going to Toronto. The Hornets were thought to be the top team chasing Marc Gasol, but in the end, the Raps trade Jonas Valanciunas, Delon Wright, CJ Miles, and a future 2024 second-round pick to Memphis for the former Defensive Player of the Year and former All-Star. He's still got a little left in the tank, but what do you think about this in terms of what the Raptors gave up and how Gasol fits with the Raps moving forward?
I think he fits in perfectly. Yes, he's not all-star Marc Gasol anymore. He's 34 years old. But I think he gives Kawhi a little bit more space because he's a little bit more of a capable shooter than Serge Ibaka or Jonas Valanciunas. And speaking of Serge Ibaka, I think Serge should still start, but Marc Gasol can be the platoon like Jonas Valanciunas was. I think Serge Ibaka is magical right now. I don't see how you take him out of that lineup, but I think Marc can be Jonas Valanciunas part 2. He can finish games. He'd be a great matchup for Joel Embiid. They didn't give up much. It's an upgrade. I'm not over the moon for it. I don't think this makes them the #1 team in the East with a star, but it's a good move.
It's an upgrade, for sure. There's no question that Marc Gasol is better than what they gave up there. He's a smart player. He's very good defensively. He's versatile. He's good on offense where he can shoot the ball, the three ball. He can also pass the ball. It's probably a move that's looking next year as well because he's got a $25 million player option. You don't think he's going to opt out of that. And Valanciunas and CJ Miles could also become free agents. So it was kind of one of those moves like, sure, both teams can take a flyer on it. And I think if you are Masai Ujiri, you just look at your team now and you go, because Jonas kind of extended his range out to that three-point shot. It wasn't great, but he was working on that, and Marc Gasol has certainly done that over the last couple of years. I think if you're a Raptors fan, you have to feel you've got a little bit more stability in that team. And you know, Delon Wright, he was probably leaving anyway next season. So I think the Raptors have done well for themselves here. This was kind of in the works. Marc Gasol had been rumoured to be interested by the Raptors, but he sort of, I thought we were a little bit surprised that it did happen because, as you mentioned earlier, it seemed like he was on his way to the Hornets.
I'm a little curious about what they're going to do lineup-wise. Like Tass is saying, I don't think you trade for Marc Gasol to bring him off the bench, however. He's the kind of guy that will be able to smooth out the gaps between Kyle Lowry doing his thing and Kawhi Leonard doing his thing. They haven't necessarily fit great together at all times, but Marc Gasol is great at connecting those sides of the floor. So I think that would be a huge boon to the Raptors offense starting, just making things a little bit smoother. But like you're saying, we've seen that Serge Ibaka is now a center. So is he going to be okay coming off the bench after having a great first half of the season, playing as the center for the Raptors? I don't know. But I do trust that the Raptors and Gasol and Ibaka, all experienced guys, they'll probably figure it out.
Well, what I like about this, though, is the Raptors. Masai Ujiri, he's going all in here on this season for the Raptors without really hemorrhaging the future for the Raps. You know, no Siakam in this, no OG, no first-round pick in this deal to get Marc Gasol to go for it. To go for the finals. This year you got Kawhi. You don't know if he's leaving. A lot of us expect him to leave. Well, you got Marc Gasol, an upgrade, no doubt, over JV, and I'm a big JV fan, but an upgrade, no doubt, especially on the defensive end of the floor. And here you go. You have a go at it, and you're still not killing your future if Kawhi leaves and it doesn't work and whatever. You just move on.
It's the exact same timeline.
Right.
It's the exact same because 2020, Valanciunas was coming off the books, so was Marc Gasol. Lowry and Ibaka also come off the books. That either way, if he starts or if he doesn't, Jonas Valanciunas, he started like 33% of games. I could see Gasol filling in there, but I think ending games is more important.
Right.
Because Kyle Lowry, could you depend on him to be your #2 guy? I'm not so sure. Siakam was coming to be that guy, but Marc Gasol you can rely on, I think, to take those shots. Will he make them?
As a
Who the
#2
heck
guy
knows?
down the stretch.
Yeah, 2 or 3, but he gives more space to Kawhi, too. We've seen Kawhi get in there in the key, do a little bit of bobbling, especially because you got a Jonas or Ibaka defender a little bit closer. Gasol can extend that range a little bit.
Well, we had another Eastern Conference.